Good afternoon, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Thank you to another action-packed episode of Montez at Midday. We're coming to you live today from the Studio 70. Hope everyone is doing well. But welcome to another edition of Montez at Midday. And I'm your host, Dre Montez. How's everyone doing today? High fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. A good hug. Good hug goes a long way. Hope everyone is doing well on this What It Do Wednesday edition of the show. It is the big game week, meaning the Super Bowl. Either folks have landed in Vegas or on their way to Vegas. And again, there's no such thing as a free trip to Vegas. So if you're out at your local watering hole and you're missing your favorite bartender, with the hoo-has and the ass and the winning personality, and she's not there at work and she's normally there, she's in Vegas. She's in Vegas, either with the girls or with the sugar daddy. Either way, Vegas is the place to be right now for its Radio Row, the whole Super Bowl experience, the stories, the people that you meet, the parties, the food, the overall entertainment. As a person that's only been to Vegas once 3 years ago, I went during the pandemic, went by myself. I still got out of Vegas what I really, really enjoyed. And the reason I wanted to go to Vegas, you're not going to believe it. I wanted to go to Vegas for one simple reason. Not the strip clubs, not the parties, definitely not the gambling. I wanted to go to a sports bar and watch football. And it was the best fucking decision ever made by man. That I felt like a true college football fan, NFL fan, baseball fan, because my birthday is around all those times. So everything is going on right there. And when I see Vegas on television now, as opposed to when I used to watch Vegas, the TV show, now I know all that stuff is that. So it's different when I see Vegas on TV, where it's either here nor there. If you're going, have fun, take it all in, take some good pictures, bring back some great memories if you're going to the Super Bowl, because it happens so fast. And since you don't play in the league, or if your team is not in it, you don't go as much. You don't go as much. But here it is, folks. We are here. Let's get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. Got a good laughing joke for you. Where were pencils created at? Where were pencils created at? Pennsylvania. It's my best dad joke ever. Speaking of dad, thank you all for the birthday shouts out to the twins yesterday, Stephanie and Shawnees, as well as my little brother CJ, raising the roof. And if your birthday is today, happy birthday to you. To my cousins who celebrated 48 years of marriage yesterday as well, shout out to you. And if you're celebrating the anniversary today, relationship, living, job, you've reached a mark, past a year, at a year, 2 years, sobriety, I don't care what it is. If you're in that celebratory moment, congratulations to you. You did it. You did it for sure. Speaking of you did it for sure, I cannot stop binge watching shows. Like when it comes out and they put all the episodes together, I killed that show in one day. One day. I've binge watched so many shows, I'm doing it again, going back to watch another show and just finding bits and pieces of these shows that try to make it all make sense. Try to make it all make sense. But some good shows out there for real. I'm liking Donald Glover's new show, Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Prime. I'm liking the fight scenes or something else. I like shows that can do that, just like Twisted Metal. They had some good fight scenes as well. But here we are, folks. We had that wild night in sports last night. Wow. It was whatever the Knicks are trying to do with Brunson, the coaching situation, what's going on with Milwaukee Bucks. Is Giannis putting himself way too much ahead of the team? And when the team needs him, he's gassed. He's tired. Him can't go no more. And the Milwaukee Bucks collapse all the time. in the fourth quarter. What's going on with the Clippers situation? The Philadelphia 76ers and this Joel Embiid process here. What are they going to do with the process? If you were Joel Embiid in a position to have an impactful decision on him returning to the Sixers this year, what would you do? Would you sitting boss or would you, hey, you better get in there and play. You better get in there and play. College basketball, oh my God. University of Houston. Calvin Sampson. Look here. Everyone that has played a sport, watched a sport, participated in a sport, coached a sport, has gotten pissed off at an official, referee, umpire. Somebody has officiating duties in a game that you play or watch or love or crazy about or passionate about. There are just certain levels of disrespect when you're a player or a coach. That something happens in game, right in front of the referee or the official, and nothing is being said. Last night in the paint, this young man pushed the Houston player so hard in his back to get the rebound in the bucket, right in front of the official up under the backboard. The official is standing right there. There was nobody blocking his view. There was no signs in front of him. There was no hot student body in front of him. There was not a hot sister at the game standing in front of him. There was not a half-nude person in front of him. Nobody in swim trunks or nothing. He had a plain view to see this play. Didn't blow the whistle at all. And when I say coach walked all the way down the baseline of the coach's box onto the court and gave this man a piece of his business. Well deserved. Did he go too far? I don't know. The last 2 weeks, college basketball officiating has turned into Thug City. Thug City. I don't know what the NCAA is trying to do by letting the referees let them play at that level when that's not how the game should be played. It has been some awful things going on in the paint in basketball on the collegiate level the past 2 weeks. I want to say since conference play started, it's like they're looking the other way on purpose. If Calvin Simpson would have responded to the reporter, I agree. He would have been fined $25,000. What coach in college basketball can afford to just give away $25,000? Not many. Not many at all. It was just a wild night in sports. And also you had the Oilers going for 17 rows in the win. In hockey, hadn't been done since 1990. And they come up against a juggernaut. Last year's Stanley Cup winners. The Vegas Knights. And it was just a wild night of sports. You had Carolina losing to Clemson. The Baylor students, that student body, watching a Baylor basketball game is like, what is going on here? We know how they are in football and volleyball, but the basketball crowd like that, oh my God. They were really getting into it last night. It was a joy to watch last night all across the board from the NBA craziness, college basketball, and NHL, also with the anticipation of getting ready for the big game on Sunday. All the stories, because they're not done. We're not done with the scripted version of this. The fact that the 49ers, 4-9 equal 13. This is Super Bowl 58, 8-5 is 13. This Taylor's 13th album is 13 hours to fly to Vegas, to Japan. It's all over the place on these numbers. Numerology is across the board. For my friends out there that are deep into numerology, I'm reaching out to them on Friday to get a little bit more deeper feeling and a sensation with this number everybody is fixated on in the NFL. Everybody's fixed on it. Let's boycott sports and take up opera. Let's boycott sports and take up opera. Man, that is a hell of a commitment right there. I don't know about that, Wally. I can't pull that one off, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's a hard thing to do. The last time I fasted from sports was probably 15 years ago. That took a break. I mean, it just became a little bit too much on the antics with the way the players were taking the game, the officiating, and the whole thing, how they have a plot to move a professional sports franchise from a major city into another one. That is something nobody likes to deal with. But the anticipation and excitement of a city getting a professional team, I understand that side. But that team got to leave somewhere. And I've been a part of that in two different places. Somewhere getting a team and someone losing a team twice here in St. Louis. It's a different level of respect. I get it across the board. But at the same time, they're kind of pissing on the fans sometime to me. But thanks for that advice, Wally, and thanks for that great movie yesterday. Guys, this movie on Netflix, My All-American. Check it out. The tearjerker. I'm going to warn you right now, you're going to cry. I'm going to warn you right now, you're going to cry. You're going to cry. You're gonna boo-hoo on that damn movie. I'm telling you that for sure. I'm going to tell you that for sure. All right, where were we at? All right. I got to stay on this NBA kick for a minute. I don't like what's being portrayed by the NBA for people and fans that like to watch NBA games and go to NBA games. So you mean to tell me across the board, everyone follow Billy Joe? Oh, no. I'm mad the Cardinals are putting a goddamn concert over signing quality players under the age of 35. We got 8 players on that team. They need to be shot in the farm. Take them out to the barn and shoot him. But no, we're going geriatric AARP with the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals this year, all because they want to get a fucking concert at that stadium. Man, please, go get some quality players. Talking to you, Cardinals. Talking to you. All of us that are into sports, we have a particular sport that we follow. We all know how many games they have. Now that we know that athletes have feelings, okay, players have families, trying to start families, and they have what? Feelings. So they need time to deal with things of that nature. Okay, we get that. I'm fine with that. The team's got to travel. Okay, I heard an NBA coach use an excuse that his players weren't ready because he got players on the team who've never played in Utah before or Phoenix in back-to-back games. I'm at a loss. I don't know which sport you think is harder to play for as schedule-wise. Across the board, major sports. NFL, is that a hard sport to play? You got one game a week. You got meetings and practice. Okay. NBA, 82-game season. NHL, 82-game season. Major League Baseball, 162 games. But when it comes to the season, who's putting a more wear and tear on their body? Who needs to sit every 3 days? Who needs special flight accommodations in the particular sport that they're playing? Okay, let's figure this all out. Now, let's turn this to the fans. You've never been to an NBA game. Your dad, mom give you tickets to go to Memphis to see a basketball game, and you get to see a couple of your favorite players. Probably 6 of your favorite players in the NBA are playing this matchup. And you go down there, you kick it. You go for the whole weekend. The game is not till Sunday afternoon, but you go down Friday to get the whole experience of going to Memphis. You get the hotel or Airbnb. You go out to eat. Go get you some team gear, fresh. Get your one finger to put up. We number one. You go to the game, and one of the 6 players that you wanted to see is playing. How would you feel? And none of them are on the injury list. How would you feel? And you don't even live in Memphis. How would you feel if that happened to you? And you're not a little kid either. You're not 7 years old with motherfucking floor seats at a game with a fucking sign saying, where are you, Steph Curry? And Steph Curry see the sign. Then the next time he in town, he give you and your parents a damn suite and give you all team swag. That's not happening. That's not happening. Load management. Load management. They're taking that word and they used it. They've overused that word. But now, prior years, even if they were not hurt, they were not in the lineup scratch. They wouldn't even be on the bench at the game. They'd be at home. They would be at home. But now, guess where they at now? They on the bench. Was that last week the Charlotte Hornets were playing? I mean, the New Orleans Hornets, Pelicans? No, the Hornets team. Charlotte damn team. Them, some bitches. Charlotte Hornets. Ball is not even hurt. He's just taking a day off on the bench, flossed out on the side. They getting their ass whooped. Nobody playing defense but one player, Brandon Miller. He the only one playing defense. This man made a fast break layup and got back on defense before anybody else. Explain that to me. But they on the bench laughing and kiki ha-ha. You know why? They're more concerned about Instagram clicks, likes on their fashion, jewelry, car, lifestyle, and women of choice. Them the 5 things that NBA players are worried about, especially them fuckheads on the bench. I would not know how to take it if I went out of town to go to an NBA game and the players I want to see on the bench in civilian clothes, but they're not on the injured list. I don't know if you've ever attended school and had perfect attendance. I don't know if you've even had a job before, but you did miss a day of work. If you're in transportation, did you go a whole year without a traffic violation? See, NBA players always want to compare their lifestyle to the civilian lifestyle. Well, I'm quite sure some of them fans done miss some days at work. Not like you. Not like you. There's a way to do this, NBA Players Association. There's a way to run this league a better way than this league is being perceived across the board. It's not getting that. We know it's not the 80s and the 90s. We know this is not that type of basketball. As far as the competitive nature, we kind of wish we had a little bit of that. Early 2000s, maybe a little bit of that. But since everything has changed and shifted in the world of sports, and we know it's all about what? M-O-N-E-Y, in real estate. That's all it's about now. Until they get back to getting the communication better with the NBA fans, with load management and what the fuck going on the bench with those players. What is a scratch? What is injured list? I need more clarification. If I'm going to point at my coach or a player, I need the right evidence. You're missing 3 of the top players on your squad. Here it is, damn near Valentine's Day, All-Star break. Oh, we're going to take some time. We're going to take some time off. Okay, we're going to take some time off. I'm with you, Wally. How about the fans take some time off sometime? How about we go to the game, nobody sit in their section. Just go to the food court. Everybody stay in the damn food court. If y'all don't want to show up for us, how can the fans give the finger to load management? How can we do that? I remember the year one of my players in the NFL was out of the game because of gluteal contusion. It's a bruise on his ass. When they used to print, when people used to read the newspaper, first spot you go to is the injury report. You read that son of a bitch like you read your report card or your child's report card with a fine-tooth nail. We're going to check this out. Because I don't understand why we're losing and why you're out of this game. But make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me, NBA. Because I'm at a loss. Watching the game with volume, without volume, just the highlights only, watching full games, I'm confused on where this game will end up at. Where will this game end up at is what I'm worried about when it comes to the NBA moving forward. They're doing too much outside of the game, the people that run the league, and for the players, they doing too much, don't have nothing to do with the damn game. I don't care how many rope chains you have. Who needs 7 cars under the age of 30? What the? Upbringing. I think this may lead me to my next point. So they really want to start a 4-day school week. 4 days of school. How many of you have kids in school, think that's a great fucking idea? Now look across the median board of education. We can start local. Here in St. Louis, look at the numbers for education. What spells 4-day schoolwork to you? Have you talked to a child in elementary that's not in a private school or Catholic school? Have you talked to them? Talk to a kid in public school and ask me, does a kid in public school deserve to have a 4-day work week? I think the teacher's trying to get a 4-day work week. That's hell, they should be going to school 7 days a week for 9 months. Real talk. The education value is shot to shit. It's gone. It's gone. You don't hear the college talks from people no more. You don't hear people being excited about going to high school. You don't hear none of that. All you hear is, I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to get the hell away from my parents. They don't know what they're doing. I'm ready to get the bag. Get the bag doing what? With just a high school education? Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. A 4-day work week. A 4-day school week. Lord have mercy. How do we get here? I sometimes think there's too much information coming at our young kids, ages 8 and up. In some households, a little earlier. But I say from 8 years old to 20, it's sensory overload up here between what they're seeing, what they're hearing, what they're talking about, and the information that's going just to that demographics. Are we following it closely? Are we monitoring it closely? I just don't get where education is trying to go. Any movie I see based on the future, or after Earth had its pivotal battle, or after the flu bug, or after a mysterious virus, we have now resurfaced and we're starting over. As far as education that they were teaching in these movies, nowhere near we at. Nowhere near we at. We're far off. It seemed like education has gotten worse. I'm talking to a kid. Just little young kid was working the register. Couldn't count back the change. 16 years old. I ain't know where to hug the kid and find out what school he go to and investigate this matter. And then back in the day when I was in school, there was a period when the teachers were turning their head the other way. They just wanted the student out of their school, out of their class, and to graduate. So they pushed them through. How many people did you go to high school with? You know for a fact they were not ready to leave high school. How many people you know like that? Couldn't read or write too well, couldn't comprehend. No way they fill out an application to get a job. How do we let that keep happening? How's that okay with people? And then when you wonder why the communication value is way off, nobody can comprehend shit. Nobody listening. They're not letting you finish when you're talking. They're not understanding what you're talking about. It's like a game of ping pong, and two people are playing it, but only one person is participating. That's what it feels like when it comes to the conversation of education. I'm only talking about where I live at, here in St. Louis. I lived in Carolina, don't know nothing about the Carolina school system, but I tell you, it was one of the finest when I lived down there. Don't know nothing about the educational system in Hawaii anymore, but when I lived there, it was one of the finest. When I was in school, St. Louis was one of the top places. Education was, people wanted to go to school. People wanted to learn. But now you want 4-day school week. Who gonna be at home with these kids? Parents got to work 2 jobs just to pay rent for $700. That don't make no sense to me. Who's coming up with these ideas? People with money who don't have patience of kids. Always the wrong ones trying to do shit and move the needle. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break here. Have a word from our sponsor here. Make sure that everyone is doing okay, as they say in the hood. Be right back. Word from my sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. Mountain Man Scrub. Get your scrub on.
All right, good people, and welcome back to another outstanding edition of Montez at Midday on this What It Do Wednesday, live from Studio 70 here, good people. Yes. If you're just tuning in, we talked about one hell of a night in sports last night, from the NBA hardwood floors to Kevin Sampson losing his mind, Houston Cougars college basketball coach. But I think he had a valid point. Hockey game last night, the Oilers going for the record that hasn't been touched since 1990. But Vegas said, not up in here. Not up in here. How influential is the Super Bowl crowd at that hockey game last night? Think about that, folks. I'm jealous of Vegas for the wrong reasons. I am jealous of Vegas for the wrong reasons. Because I think they have. You can be bored and still have a good time in Vegas. I just, they get everything. I feel like Jack Nicholson, Batman. Where did they get those wonderful toys at? Because Vegas has some good toys. We all had a relative or a friend that had the best toys in the world. And you always let them play with their toys or go over their house. Those were the days. All right, good people. Where are we at? Moving right along. How can I put this? I've heard this phrase more and more since probably COVID. I need time to myself. I need my own space. Whether I have a good day or a bad day, I need to go somewhere and do something alone for 20 minutes. Okay. So in that regard, what is your fortress of solitude? Do you have a room in your house? Maybe you have a panic room. Do you go in there? You go to the attic, and the kids or your wife or your girlfriend or your partner know you in the attic and they don't bother you for at least 20 to 30 minutes a day? Do you do that? I mean, what is your fortress of solitude? I think everyone has one. But when your fortress of solitude gets invaded, it's like your personal space. Hey, bro, I got you all up in here. You're in my personal space. Fortress of solitude is a form of meditation to me, because you're doing something that calms you down in your fortress of solitude. You're doing something to rejuvenate the body and the juices, get the motion going again. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because a person needs quiet time doesn't mean they're mad at you. You did something wrong to them. But people compartmentalize their day differently now. Because I think now in the corporate world, you have a little bit more leeway of taking time off in the corporate world, okay, due to people understanding mental health and understanding you have a family life. There's more to life than just this job. I get all that. Some jobs even offer a spot, especially in California, like on the campus, fortress of solitude. But when that gets invaded and it disrupts everything, it kind of moves the needle in the wrong direction to me when people invade your fortress of solitude. But at the same time, it's your fortress of solitude. So I think, again, communication comes in key of explaining that to people a little better. Hey, I know I got off work at 5:15, but I turn my cell phone off. And I close all my curtains, I black out, and I turn off all the lights. And I sit here for an hour and just reflect on the day, what it means to us, and what can we do better. There are people that like that. Now, if you come over their house unannounced, which is rude, and you knock on the door, ring their doorbell, or you get a toot with them, or this is the worst, you outside their window yelling their name. That's worse than blowing a horn. Blowing a horn triggers something in me. What's that movie with Michael Douglas when he got the white shirt on and the black tie and the black pants? His wife will let him see his daughter, and he go to McDonald's, and the dude won't serve him breakfast because it's 10:03. he loses his shit. That's how I feel when people blow a horn. What you blowing a horn for? If they knew you were on the way, you text, or they should be outside waiting. If your ride picks you up at 6:45 in the morning every day, why is your ride blowing the horn? I don't get in cars that blow horns. No, you're not for me. I wish a Uber or Lyft would. I will write a 50-page email ledger. I would give up. I would lose my composure on something. Blowing the horn, using a lawnmower early in the morning for a square. You think your yard is like in Illinois, like you got land and shit. What? What is going on? What is that's what the dog walkers don't pick up the dog poop. What is going on? Speaking of dogs, have you noticed? By the way, let me know what your fortress of solitude is. What do you use for your fortress of solitude? But speaking of dogs, sitting back, just tripping off the commercials. And I realized they care more about dogs eating healthy than humans. I'm going to say it again. They care more about dogs eating healthy than humans. Have you seen the video when the lady gets this chopped up ham from the grocery store, fresh out the package, puts it in the microwave, 3 seconds, it catches fire? The next time you watch a dog food commercial, look at how much information they're giving you, how healthy your dog can be by eating kibbles and bits. Oh, we got science involved. We made sure we did our research to make sure your animal is not getting the wrong preservatives. What? Dog food. They care more about dogs eating healthy than humans. You been to a dog kennel lately? I'm talking about the ones you leave your dog for like a week. You been there lately? Dogs live better than humans. Go to that dog kennel in Chesterfield. You can look at your dog on your phone, your flat screen TV, your laptop, your tablet. You can have that instant connection with your little fluff. What? The indoor walking facility they got for the dogs? Man, come on. I think they're going too far. I've never seen a more healthier, informative commercial about dog food. And the commercial was almost 3 damn minutes. Show me a commercial for humans, not an infomercial, for humans eating healthy food. Go. What's going on, Mr. Menden, my brother? But when I saw that, I was, wait a minute. Are they trying to say they want dogs to eat healthier than you? Are they trying to get dogs to run the world? Hey, if you can come up with a scripted, already predictable Super Bowl because of the number 13, I can do this too. I can get. Let's go deep with conspiracy theories out here. What was the other one I came up with? Well, I already said they always try to trick men to buy diamonds because they start showing the commercials during football playoff time. How many of you bought diamonds because they put that subliminal message in your head, for Patricia? No, damn well she ain't deserve no damn diamond. I tell you what, some things I need better for clarification of. Break it down to its purest form. But come on, man, for real, these dog commercials have went too far. And I love dogs. I miss my Esper. I had a dog for 20 years. Love my dog. Loved her. But that you're throwing in our face, hey, dogs eat healthier than you. I mean, everybody's eating dog food or another when they were a kid. But when you're an adult, you're like, hold on, let me second guess this shit. Yeah, me and you too, buddy. The St. Louis doorbell. Honk, honk, you son of a bitch. I don't want the damn pizza now. Forget that. Horn blowing, but they want to put kids on a 4-day school week. Worst idea ever. All right. I don't care. I'm not telling you had a bad lifestyle right now, that your job or your personal life is messed up. But right now, your state of life and everything, financially, kids, whole nine, would you right now at this moment give up your identity? You can't say goodbye to nobody. You're just gone. To move out of state and work for a new company. Would you be willing to do that? You get a place to live, nice salary, but you can't tell no one. You can't contact no one ever again. They change your whole identity, kind of wiping you clean. Gonna wipe you clean. Whole name, whole new identity. How many of you would do that right now? I've seen 4 movies concerning that. 2 of them, it ain't what you think. It's like that free trip to Vegas. But think about that. Here's something else I figured out. Life is maintenance. Keep that in mind. Life is maintenance. Break it down to its purest form. We're working on ourselves every day. We're working on ourselves every day. We're repairing ourselves every day. We upkeeping the maintenance on ourselves and our lifestyle around us. Whether it's your kids, whether it's your mom and dad, whether it's your partner. Either way, life is maintenance. So when people share with you they're having a bad day or they're having that transitional moment, it does not take that much to what, kids? Listen, I'm not saying hug them in a sexual way or try to get some ass. No. Listen. Just listen to people. I think we get a little bit more of that. Will be cool for sure. And this whole kid thing. Kids and parents got to talk a little bit more, man. I mean, know who your kids are hanging out with, especially them teenagers. Know who your younger kids in elementary school, what game are they playing their friend with? I don't give a damn. If they got a tablet, you better go through it. Cell phone, that's your house rule. Y'all decide that. But just, I'm not saying fuck that. Be nosy with your kid. Find out who is Timmy, who is his mom and dad, who is that man over there. Find all that shit out. With your teenager, go with them. Go with them. See if they changing clothes when you drop them off. See if they hiding clothes in the bush. Secret backpack. They got shoes in the house, you know damn sure you didn't buy, and they brand new. Who got the newest pair of Jordans? You know your kid ain't got no job. You barely keeping it together. Where the kid get the money from to get those shoes? Go through your kid's shit right now. Go through it. Tear that damn room up. Flip the bed over. Check, make sure all your liquor there. Go check on your weed stash. Know who living with you. That's your kid. You shouldn't be afraid of your children. Kids, you shouldn't be afraid of your parents. Have that talk. Mom, Dad, I got something to tell you. Okay, let's talk. And the ones in college, just because they say everything is okay, drive your ass up there and do a surprise visit. Nothing wrong with that. I know you want to get them the fuck out the house, but at the same time, you want to see them again. You want to see some reflection of somebody that you raised to come back if they go through the educational system. Not come back as a damn alien. What did y'all do to my kid? Well, you weren't paying attention. How you live with somebody that you created and you don't talk and communicate? I don't understand that. I don't understand. They come straight home, get right in the thing, or they leave. Where you going? You don't have a job. Or down the street. Down the street where? Playing my friends. Who are your friends? They mine too. Didn't Lawrence Fishburne do that? And Boys in the Hood? Cube said, I'll be right back. Now, Trey said, I'll be right back. Pop, I'm just going down to the mall. Who you going down to the mall with? I ain't give you no money. You just can't be going to the mall without no money. Facts. Facts. But people are afraid to talk and people don't listen. And the more and more we keep ignoring this, we're not going to see the best results. We're not. We're not. People don't know how to ask for help. And some people don't know how to give help. So we're caught in a weird position here. We really are. We're caught in a weird position. What is our purpose? We each got to know our purpose. And the maintenance goes into making that happen. There you go, my man. There you go. There you go. It's all about listening, asking for help, getting the right help, whatever it may be. It is out here. There are a lot of resources out there. There are more resources out here to help you today than it was 10 years ago, 15, 20, 25. It's so many people that help you now here, agencies and programs, that they don't want to know all your information. Just want to know your story. Here's your help. Be truthful to people. Be truthful to people. All right, kids and boys and girls, we have shared our ideas and thoughts on what happened last night in sports. It was a crazy time. We've talked about the Fortress of Solitude. We've talked about, here in St. Louis, they talking about doing a 4-day school week. God damn it. Life is maintenance, NBA load management, and the bench players in the NBA is very disappointing. College basketball, the officiating the past 2 weeks in the paint, is like a battle royale. It's like WWENF. I'm going to give you both of them motherfuckers. You get the ENF. That's how it's been. And for what? Why? Why did it suddenly change? Like, these are obvious, really bad fouls they're committing right in front of the ref. Right? And nobody's saying nothing. Is there a secret boycott going on? If it is, let a brother know. And I heard a phrase yesterday in a TV show. Some of you may have heard this before, but I did not. Has anyone ever called you, hey, you got safe dick? That means somebody is willing to give you some ass, but not a relationship. You have safe dick. And Grease the Peach. That's when a woman is a little dry down there. She's trying to get the peach grease a little bit. Did not know that. So you don't tell me you ain't gonna learn nothing from me. Huh? It might not be educational. It might be something you can learn in everyday life or use in everyday life. But it's good to know that if somebody says, hey, you wouldn't be such a bad person to bang. I mean, you come up with that good, safe person. You know what? You got a safe dick. Let's do this. Oh, my goodness. If you have not heard our latest podcast episode, it is up on Spotify. Who's to Blame? The podcast, episode 544, When It Became Your Team. Check that podcast out. It is up and available for you as well. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook, Dre Montez, and Facebook, Who's to Blame the Podcast, Instagram, Who's to Blame the Podcast, YouTube, Dre Montez, and TikTok, Dre Montez 63. Thank you all. And thank you for the ones that have been visiting the website at www.dremontez.com. And I think I'm finally now in the conversation. Drum roll, please. Get him some swag. Oh, yeah. We're trying to get some swag for the show. Montez at midday and Who's to Blame the Podcast. We get some swag, baby. All right. What's up, Mercedes? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Well, folks, I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your day. Enjoy your day. Watch as much coverage you can about the big game that's going on, from the BS to football players you forgot about. And there was a plan for me to go to Vegas, but it wasn't really mapped out because I wanted to do Radio Row because that's fun. Radio Row is fun. And there are more podcasters there this year than ever before. So shout out to all the podcasters out there that made the trip out to Vegas. Keep up the great work. And the gaming creators that are out there as well, keep up the great work. The different views and experiences that we're going to get for this Super Bowl, I think each year they try to give us a different visual perception of the extravaganza event, either through a special camera, a drone, a body cam. They're going to try to give us something a little bit more. And they already got different versions of the game. So this is still going to be a lot of fun. Not the prediction that I had, not who I want to watch in the Super Bowl, but as a football fan, don't watch this motherfucker. I'm going to watch it for sure. Well, thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, I'll holla at you. You guys have a great day, and thanks again. Oh, by the way, it is Wednesday. $5 movies, free popcorn if you have your own container over at the Lincoln Movie Theater in downtown Bell Vegas, taking place every Wednesday. Get on over there at the Lincoln Movie Theater in downtown Belleville. Oh, Bell Vegas, you mean much to me. Bell Vegas. All right, kids, boys, and girls, thanks again for tuning into the show. Until next time, we out of here.